The rest of the morning, I always want to say, off to see the groundhog. All right, Taz. Stay on your side of the road, Tasmanian devil. I don't know if I tell you. I know I've told you at some point I mentioned this, but one of my neighbors has this dog. It does this run thing because he's on a leash, and he's a little bitty dog. And he just runs around like that. But he'll lunge out because his owner is reading his newspaper. He just got out of the mailbox, and so he's not paying attention. This dog will run out on the road and Tasmanian devil toward me, and so I always make sure I go slow so I don't hit the Tasmanian devil. And if you don't know what Tasmanian devil is, then, well, it's not a topic for this video. I'm sorry. Yesterday, my wife pressure washed the back porch. We're going to screen in the back porch, so I ordered all the pieces, and okay, I'm missing a couple, I remember now, but it's okay, I can go to my local hardware store and pick that up. But mostly gonna arrive on Thursday. Yeah, that'll be fun. And then I guess next weekend I'll be working on screening the porch. And her brother will be back, so hopefully he can help me. But anyway, so Donna pressure washed the back porch, and there's an outlet back there, and this has happened before. You don't stay away from the outlet very well, which is almost impossible because it's, yeah, the breaker gets tripped in the garage, and so that outlet goes out, and the whole wall in the dining room goes out, and most of the garage goes out. Turns out, luckily, the outlet that the refrigerator is on in the garage stays on. So that's good. All the food doesn't get ruined. The garage fridges are overflow. You know, we buy groceries, so we need like extra creamer. And we go through a lot of creamer in my house. Yogurt. I go through a lot of yogurt in my house. And so that's where we put the extra stuff. And frozen pizzas, which are a staple in our house. Last night I spent 4 counterproductive hours chatting with ChatGPT. I wanted to do a self-reflection, and I asked ChatGPT to interview me, ask me questions, so I could try to figure out where I'm at. I just got through listening to an AI leadership book. It was actually a good book. The only complaint I have, really, is that the guy said you can't read the label from inside the box. So many times that if I got $1 for every time he said that, he would have paid me 3 or 4 times over to read the book. Yeah, the book had been free and everything. It's an audiobook. I listen to audiobooks. Anyway, but so he's like, oh, you need to do a self-reflection, da-da-da. You can use AI to do it and start with this prompt and, you know, have it interview and ask questions. So I went through that. Along the way, I dug up my writing for an old sci-fi book I was working on. We started doing ideation for the sci-fi book. Okay, that was good. Then we talked about another topic. We started doing ideation for a YouTube video. We kept going off on tangents. I'm like, okay, quick, get back to the self-evaluation part. Ask me more questions. So it wound up asking me about 70 questions. I literally sat there for hours. And it asked me 70-something questions. And I finally said, I gotta go to bed. This has been great, but I gotta go to bed. And partially it was like a therapy session. So I'm like, we talked about my grandma and her influence in my life. And I don't know. Yes, I am just telling ChatGPT all my business. Within reason. I seem to have boundaries, luckily. You know, I talked about my whole working career. So, let's see, I'm a teacher, a truth teller, and a wisecracker. So, that's who I am, if you boil it all down. So, problem I don't like about the whole ChatGPT process, at least my ChatGPT, is very positive. You know, very encouraging. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Da 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 da. And I'm like, I don't know. I just think humans are brutal. They're not as nice as encouraging. So it doesn't feel real. I guess that's a good thing because it isn't. It's gonna be alright. It was a fun ride. I may delve deeper. I'm trying to use ChatGPT as a thought leader, you know, help me organize my thoughts. I'm trying to move forward faster. Thinking through things I need to accomplish, things I want to accomplish. And yeah, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm at. All right, y'all, let's go to church.